Hey guys, welcome to WWEKhanToolz, where you can find the most undisputed and anticipated news, rumors, breaking news headlines, and more. I think it's time for a rant. I think this is a special rant. I thought, I haven't really made a rant for quite some time. I think the last one was to do with CM Punk against the WWE and who is right and who is wrong. I thought this time I could make something a bit more different, to do with pretty much the face of the WWE right now, John Cena. So anyway, some people right now are thinking this is absolutely ridiculous, even though I dislike Cena. But you gotta respect the fact that he is the face of the company. I don't know why I'm making this video. The reason I'm making this video is because recently, DVD and Blu-ray has been releasing is on DVD and Blu-ray. John Cena's Greatest Rivalries in the WWE has been released on DVD and Blu-ray, and I was watching it, and you look at the names that there are on the list of his greatest rivals. I just thought that who is truly his greatest rival, and I thought that who is the one who is that number one guy who faces John Cena and who is the greatest rival of all time against John Cena, where you get into a match of Cena and you think that is the great match. You're going to expect that match to be one of the best matches of the year. So anyway, right now I think I looked at them right now, and all the names that were mentioned I think I agreed with some, but the thing is the ranking was a bit wrong in my opinion. I think this is the reason I'm actually making this video, because one, I like rants, and two, I want to really make this go out to everyone, and I want my opinion out there that who I think is the greatest rival of John Cena. Let's begin. So these are my top 10 greatest rivals of John Cena. Alright, so starting from the bottom, number 10. Now we're here. Number 10, Chris Jericho. I think Chris Jericho, I mean, a bit surprising that this actually made the list, but I can't really remember Jericho ever winning a match against John Cena, except for 2005. But really, he never really had much of one, and yeah, they kind of competed on pay-per-views over the championship, but had no build other than Cena returning to his home Boston that year at Survivor Series, and yeah, winning the match. But I was actually, really the fact that Fozzy not competing on that episode of Raw, and the fact that the rivalry with Cena and not being what Eric Bischoff wanted him to be, which meant Jericho was actually going to be the champion he'd proud of. And they both had some good matches though. I mean, when they battle, I think Jericho has a great mic skills. I think Cena has a little bit of a trash, he talks a lot of trash to his rivals, and I think that's the thing that people love about Cena. And about Jericho, I think they do put on great matches. They're really good, I think. But the fact was that the reason I actually put this in number 10 is because like there wasn't any twist to these series of matches. I thought this could just be at the bottom of the list, and yeah, so really there wasn't actually much to this rival, but the matches were good, I gotta say. Anyway, number 9, Bautista. I think Bautista, superstars who were both made on the same night. I mean, till this day, JBL still believes that Cena should be holding that title high with confetti falling, but not Bautista at WrestleMania 21. And connection will always be there because of that. But that is why you couldn't wait to see those two go at it in the middle of the ring when it happened for the first time at SummerSlam. And pretty much, the first match didn't really main event, but Bautista won to my surprise and really injured Cena. But thought we would be seeing a rematch at a Survivor Series that year for the belt, but it didn't really happen. But another reason why that pay-per-view is a joke now, because promo work was good as he took some nice shots at Cena, but however, I really did hate how he came out at the Chamber and won the title only to lose it back again 1 month later at WrestleMania. So really, we got in 2010, two years later, after SummerSlam, we got the biggest heel, and that was Bautista, and the fact that he completely demolished, he completely annihilated John Cena at SummerSlam. He even did it at the Chamber, but when it comes to WrestleMania, we see Cena completely annihilating Bautista. So that was something that kind of was a disadvantage, and that kind of got me a bit confused. And the fact that Cena duct tape and throwing him out of a car was a bit stupid. But these were great matches, I'd say. I think Bautista and Cena really did shine and prove that they were made on the same night, and that there was a reason why this happened. So really, that was the hype, and the hype of that promos were good. Anyway, so anyway, that was number 9. But anyway, let's go on to number 8, and that was Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton, these two just went at it about a month ago, actually less than a month ago at Hell in a Cell. That was a good match as well. The result, you know, a little bit of a shaky, a little bit rusty, but the thing is, these two, the amount of times they face is a bit annoying. It was so annoying that even talents were speaking about it in interviews as wrestling fans. And you know, great rivalries are contests between two great talents, and you know, every time they face, you want more every single time, but each time they face, you want to see that match. But then you know, look at the Royal Rumble, you know, earlier this past year. I mean, they were really just booing Orton and Cena, except for the time when Cena does the RKO on Orton and Orton does the AA on Cena. But really, this year, Cena and Orton have competed in about 5 of the same pay-per-views, and the company is wondering why fans don't want to purchase the network for only $9.99. I think that's a bit stupid, in my opinion, you know, just to expect for fans to actually pay for network when you are going to see the same old superstars wrestling in the same old pay-per-views. So yeah, but the thing is, these two, whenever they go, we say, you know, that is the one of the greatest rivals. I mean, from 2007, I think it was, all the way to, you know, 7 years later, these two, the biggest stars in the company, and you know, what they do is great. I think Randy Orton is one of my favorites, but the fact was that the crowd and the fans weren't really that interested. But when it comes to the match itself, you think that this is a good match. You kind of realize that this was also a great rivalry. So that's something. But yeah, number seven was pretty much Brock Lesnar. Now, really, Brock Lesnar, as soon as he came back, or even let's go back to 2003, these two completely demolished each other. There was blood, it was the attitude, and Brock Lesnar was the beast. But then, fast forward 9 years later, Brock Lesnar beat the hell out of John Cena at Extreme Rules. But the thing that really does just annoy me about the Beast and the face of the company, the Beast completely demolishes John Cena, and then with so many multiple attacks, you know, so many multiple moves, and it's great to see Brock Lesnar perform. And when you see John Cena come out with that never give up, all that hot garbage, Cena would just do 5, or I don't even know, 4, less than 5 moves, and then just bam, win the match, which kind of does annoy me to even ask why does the company even let John Cena be the face of the company, or multiple championships, opportunities after opportunities. It really does just annoy me why this happens. But the thing is, Brock Lesnar and Cena do make a good match, just like SummerSlam, where Brock Lesnar demolished John Cena. I keep on saying that word every single time, but the thing is, it's the truth. But anyway, yeah, number 7 I think was Brock Lesnar. Anyway, number 6 I think was Shawn Michaels. I think everyone loves Shawn Michaels because he is so unique. I think he is such an outstanding performer, you know, loved by everyone because of it. And yeah, you know, a guy who can't trust, you know, constant tease of turning on his friends. Main event of WrestleMania 23 didn't disappoint at all, and that rematch in London is still talked about today, and some believe that is still John Cena's greatest match he has ever had. I mean, these two, former tag team champs, Shawn Michaels really cost them those belts that night after WrestleMania 23, but not enough. Two guys versus each other, that's something that you can't really ask for more. I think two guys headlining the biggest event of all time, you can't really ask for more. And then it was number 5, Triple H, the ultimate bad guy, a new young champ versus the guy who everyone hates. I think the problem was that they actually finally met at WrestleMania 22, and there in Chicago, cheered for Triple H, and really amazing atmosphere to end a great WrestleMania. And the fact that Cena made him tap out, and Triple H did not even, he ended up getting his win back at Night of Champions, but they were really scheduled to have that rematch at WrestleMania 23, but if not for the injury at a New Year's Revolution, I think it was, things happened for a reason, but I believe it really ended better that way, because it had some great promos leading up to a WrestleMania, and a must-see match. I thought that was, so that's why I made Triple H go on number 5. Number 4, JBL. I think I couldn't argue it should be in the top 3, but the fact is, I think that I thought about JBL, putting him at number 3, but I would have no problem with someone calling it the best rival Cena had. I think JBL was one of the best heels of that time in 2004. Sorry, 2005 I think it was. He refused to sell merchandise, bragged about all the money he had and cheated to win every single WWE Championship match. In Cena, the new young man, really everyone wanted to see win that championship for the first time, and JBL, from JBL, and WrestleMania match really felt like they didn't have enough time. The I Quit match was the match that was my favorite of them all between them two, and won't be really seeing that kind of bloodshed these days. I think complete opposite tango for the top rise in the main event. But the match they had in the Great American Bash was great as well. I think looking back at the promos, that were great, as was the matches I mentioned. But really, JBL really was the man who actually pushed John Cena, and believe it or not, I think he was the one that actually passed the torch to John Cena. So really, I tried to put him in 3, but yeah, so can't really talk about that. But anyway, let's go on to number 3, the top 3. So anyway, starting off with number 3, The Rock. I'm gonna get a bit of critic and a little bit of hate on, but the thing is, this rivalry was years in the making. I'm not just talking about 2011 to 2013, but I'm talking about Rock inducting his father and grandfather in the Hall of Fame. There was some tension there. I think Cena being outspoken against The Rock for several years, but of course Rock took it personally, and he should have. I think he damn well should have, and came back to have that match with the top guy in the WWE. Build it once in a lifetime. Their rivalry, their promos overshadowed WrestleMania 27 itself, and which wasn't really a very it wasn't really a good WrestleMania. It wasn't really memorable, except for Taker and Triple H, and also Edge with his final match. But the fact was that rivalry overshadowing, hurt that show, and had to wait a year to see it making the match after WrestleMania 27. The Rock wins round 1, but then there was a rematch, after saying it once in a lifetime for a prize, the biggest prize in the company. Cena wins round 2 at WrestleMania 29. The matches really weren't the great, but the promo work, the real life tension that we got along being 2 of the greatest stars of all time, like them or not, made the rivalry a top 1 in Cena's career. So that got it, but I'm hoping to see round 3. Even though it might not be a great match, I'm hoping to see a conclusion, because I don't think there has been a conclusion to this rivalry, I think Rock should be the greatest of all time. Number 2, I think you're not really going to be surprised with this, Edge. Definitely Edge. Part of the reason I made this was to tell people that Edge versus Cena isn't the top one, but at least in my eyes, I think, however, second isn't that bad. I think Edge cashing in on John Cena to win his first championship after Cena, went through hell in the chamber, stealing the show at WrestleMania, winning the title back in fashion, and really the fact that the emotion was there, the atmosphere, the two men giving all in a great match to end the show. My favorite match during the rivalry was definitely Edge versus John Cena. I think in a TLC, I think it probably was a TLC where Cena really threw Edge off of the ladder, and Edge really did mention that Cena was his greatest rival of all time, but the fact was that Edge versus John Cena was probably one of the greatest matches that we can say of all time. But also, Red, I think at WrestleMania 29, I say 25 in 2009 against Big Show as well. Their match, Backlash, was good as well, but WrestleMania really I didn't really enjoy the involvement of Big Show in that match, but yeah, so Edge was one of the greatest. He is one of the greatest superstars, I would say, right now. But we got to really remember what Edge and Cena did as a rival. I think their promos, the drama, the storylines were great as well. That's why I put this at number 2. And number 1, if you haven't really guessed it, you probably have this man definitely going to be in the top 10, or either not going to be in top 10 at all, or pretty much I would probably just save him for number 1. That's it, CM Punk. Why he is number 1? Every single time it's Cena versus CM Punk, it is a must-see match. I think you would say that it is going to be a great match. The memorable moments and the matches and the rivalry was the pipe bomb on Raw, and the fact that Cena on Raw 1000, Cena cashing in and the first to lose the Money in the Bank in 2011, Punk winning the match, blows a kiss goodbye, title SummerSlam 2011, Punk wearing pink stripes in Boston with Cena's hometown in 2012, and how can you forget that classic where they had to face The Rock in the main event of WrestleMania 29. I think that was in a shorter summary as to why Cena and Punk rivalry is the best of this era. I think what rivalry tops it in the past 5 years, I think this generation with Piper and Hogan, and the fact that shame neither rivalry had a one-on-one match at WrestleMania, but Punk is the greatest rivalry of Cena, and the fact that this rivalry really did get me at the edge of my seat with the best match I've seen between these two at Money in the Bank 2011. The atmosphere, the negative reactions at Cena, and the positive for Punk. I'm kind of out of breath right now, but really CM Punk, it proves that CM Punk is the best in the world. But yeah, Cena has done it all. I think he's faced everyone. And yeah, so pretty much I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you for watching. Rate, comment and subscribe. Peace.